Hey guys, it's Vernie here. Another Tuesday, another Vault video. This is Season 4, Week 4. And as you can see, we've retained the exact same roster as last week. We really wanted to add on the Monk, but I just couldn't find the time for it, honestly, or the motivation, to be frank. Mop Remix open, so I've been dabbling a little bit with that. And we did a bunch of heroic alt runs and stuff, so I didn't really get to the Monk. But let's go ahead and get started. So the Priest, we did a full heroic clear. I think we got three-piece. Technically three-piece. We have one catalyst piece. We got one tier piece from the raid, and then we got one of the KSM tokens from completing AOTC. So, ideally, I think we're looking for a weapon or a tier piece to finally give us four-piece, or some sick, nasty trinket. And not only did we do the heroic clear, we also did one myth dungeon. I think it was an 8 Halls of Infusion. So, yep. We did get the Broodkeeper trinket from Raid, which is also pretty nice. It's pretty good. I won't say it's like amazing or disgusting, but it's pretty good. We also wouldn't mind seeing like an icon or an ominous chromatic essence. We do have 4 bullions, so we can purchase something. We're gonna go ahead and open a shadow. I don't really feel the need to get healer trinkets now that I have our Broodkeepers, so see what we get. Ooh, gloves again. Didn't we take gloves last week? We did. Crit verse gloves compared to haste mastery gloves. Man, that's a bummer. Okay. We're probably not taking more gloves. A crit verse hero belt. Eh. A hero weapon haste verse. That's pretty decent. And a hero cape haste verse. It was really unexciting pieces. Like of course the 1/8 slot we have is the one that we took last week. So not great. Or we could take 2 sockets. Cape is pretty boring. 26 item levels on the cape doesn't mean a whole lot. There's even less item levels on this one. I think overall, the weapon is like the smallest item level upgrade, but it's like the biggest stats. But on the other half, I can buy Vakash and just use a Vakash. So maybe I don't take a weapon. Oh man, and I have nothing to socket really. Pretty boring. Actually, really, really boring. Would I rather have a cape or a belt? Belt is technically more stats. I am losing a socket, and this one is 489 compared to the cape, which is 480. Does it really matter? Probably not. The stats are pretty terrible all around. Haste verse is actually probably better than crit verse would be. I don't know. It's kind of inconsequential. We'll take the cape just because it's better stats, but it really doesn't matter a whole lot. That's not what you would like to see from the get-go. Unfortunately, we still have the old 4-piece. We cannot get rid of it yet. We have to get the new 4-piece before we can swap over. So, little shitty, but is what it is, right? All right, next we've got the Druid. Druid also did, I think I did 6 of 8 heroic bosses, so I will have a full heroic raid section. And then we did 4 dungeons, I believe, including a 10. So we'll have 1 maxed myth vault and then 1 slightly lower myth vault. In terms of gear, we're pretty set. We've got a bad ring. We have a 528 weapon. Like from heroic raid, what could we really use? A grief torch, I guess, would be kind of cool, but I think I might honestly just go balance, just because I don't really need more feral gear. We have Dreadplate, we have mutated Magmammoth Scale, we have the Coiled Serpent Idol, we have Algothar Puzzle Box. Our feral trinkets are turning out pretty good. We still have 6 bullion, so we could buy 3 pieces, honestly, which is kind of crazy. We're really having problems with flight stones. I could upgrade some of these last few pieces up a couple levels, but we're really low on flight stones. I think we're just going to open and balance, and we'll just see what we get. I don't really have any preferences on this guy. Oh, really interesting pieces. Oh, hero legs, which we have. Um, ooh, myth gloves, which would be replacing champion gloves. Oh, those are tempting. Okay, neck, which we have a lariat, so we won't take that. Beacon is like, I think it's pretty decent for bear, but I don't think any of the other specs would even bother with it. Oh, Beacon's really not even that good for bear anymore. It's pretty mid. Okay, we're not taking Beacon. We're not taking it. Spoils with Leech is interesting, but I don't think it's Biss for Boomkin. It's definitely not, right? No. No, you just want like the flat stat sticks, a Balefire branch, a mirror, any of the Emirdrasil trinkets. Yeah, so not spoils. Okay, I mean we're taking the gloves then. I mean that's a pretty easy choice. 20 item levels on gloves puts us in the myth track. Reasonably happy with that one, which is good because I almost spent all my worm crests yesterday upgrading this piece, and now I don't have to. So it's going to save me some flight stones and some crests. 521. I mean this character is pretty ridiculously geared considering it's an alt that I haven't done that much on. It's pretty quick if you put in a little bit of time. All right, next we're going to have the Evoker. Evoker did a full heroic clear, so we'll have 3 heroic slots from raid. And then we did 4 dungeons again, so 4 eights. We'll have 2 myth dungeon slots. Last week we took a weapon. I believe it was a staff with a tertiary on it. It's, not the legendary, but we don't have the legendary, so it's a pretty good alternative. May or may not try and farm the legendary. Depends how bored I get. Wait, why did I get back on my priest? Oh my god, I'm so fucking out of it, bro. Evoker. We're on the Dargon. To the Dargon. And we did get the Broodkeeper ring from Heroic last week, so that was a nice pickup. It's pretty good. The stats are okay, but the shield is honestly not bad for the DPS specs and for preservation. And it's a high item level, so we really enjoyed dropping a 480 ring for a 522. Well, pretty happy with that. We did buy Ominous Chromatic with one of our Bullion. I think we still have 4 more, so honestly, I'm probably going to save 2 in case I get the Legendary, and maybe we'll buy the other Diurna ring or a Trinket. In terms of gear, I mean, I guess really any Myth tier would be nice. We don't really want a ring. Myth tier or some sick Myth Trinket we would take. That's kind of it. Oh, yeah. Give me the Chromatic Essence with Leech after I've already bought it. Oh, dude, come on. Why can't we refund bullion purchases? Okay, so we're probably not taking that. The Leech is really nice, but I don't think we'll be taking it. Hero Legs. 6 item levels. Pretty good, but that's our off slot with ideal stats, so we really don't want to take these. Haste Mastery Helm. It's okay. Same track, less item level. 519 bracers, that's where our embellish is. We're not taking that. And a 519 chest. I mean, we gotta take the chest, right? Long term, this is just the best one to take. We don't really have anything to socket. We have a myth belt and bracers, I guess, but I'd rather just take the myth tier. We'll be getting more sockets on this character for the rest of the season, so we're just gonna take the upgrade now, and we'll go catalyze it later. So that's cool, not bad. 510. Not too shabby. And we still have to craft another piece on top of that. So we can actually craft another 525. So it's pretty nice. Character is coming up. Alright, next is the Shaman. Shaman, again, did a full heroic clear, 4 mythic bosses. So we'll have 2 mythic raid slots, 1 heroic raid slot, and 4 8 dungeons, 2 myth dungeon slots. Trying to think what I need. We have a Thorn Collar, which we bought. I think we also... Did we get a Chromatic Essence yet, or have we not bought that? No. We do have 2 Bullion. We bought the Diurna Ring, that's what it was. So we were hoping to see an Ominous Chromatic Essence. Maybe a Grief Torch. A Grief Torch would be pretty nice. The Broodkeeper Ring would be really fucking sick. Other than that, just myth tier in the slots that we don't have it in, so chest and legs. I mean, we're honestly, this character just needs more crests. Like we're gonna be mythed out pretty quick here, so see what we can get. Maybe save some bullions. Okay. Uh, Nothing mega exciting. So the mammoth scale is decent. The pips is kind of interesting. I don't think pips is amazing for shaman, but it is okay. Let's just take a look. Enhance really likes passive secondaries. I mean, it's like the fourth best. It falls behind Signet Brand, Neltharion Trinket, OCE, Icon, Dragonfire Bomb Dispenser. So it is good. The Mammoth scale is quite a bit lower. And the Pips is significantly better in AoE. It's like third in AoE. I mean, but we were going to take... Well, we were going to take the Chromatic Essence, which I think is technically better. That's a tough call. We won't take the Helm because we already have a Myth Helm. We have Myth Shoulders, we can't take that. Or we take a Hero Ring with Avoidance with terrible stats, so... Anything to socket? We actually do have plenty to socket. But a Pips is a pretty big upgrade and would tide us over. We could use our Bullion to get the Broodkeeper Ring, and then eventually we could swap out the Pips for something else. I mean, this is a character that's going to get sockets every single week. I'll have the opportunity to take sockets. I think I'm just going to take the Pips and take the 40 item level trinket upgrade. Also, this will be useful for Resto or Ellie. I think it's pretty decent for those, and I don't have any caster trinkets yet. Yeah, I still have a 480 caster trinket. So honestly, we will roll with the double stat stick, and we're reasonably happy with that. And it's going to save us a fuck ton of crests here. What are we going to get? 2 item levels? Little over 2. 2.25. Crazy. Oh, I need to start spending this character's crests. Not bad. We'll take that. Okay, lastly, we have the Paladin. So the Paladin, again, the full heroic clear. 4 bosses in a mythic, so 2 myth raid slots, 1 heroic. And then we did, I think, like 9 or 10 dungeons, so we'll have a full row of myth dungeons. I think the first 2 will be maxed, and the third one will be 519. What do we even need? I honestly, I don't know. Everything from here on out is pretty much incremental upgrades from hero to myth track. So nothing really substantial. I mean, obviously a weapon from like 515 to 528 would be pretty good. We have a Black Dragon Scale. We have Chromatic Essence. We finally replaced our bad ring. I think last week we took a myth ring, which is okay. We still have 2 bullion, which I honestly might buy a Vakash with. I think we still open as holy to see if we get a weapon or a shield. What tier could we use? Shoulders, legs, gloves. Any high myth piece with leech on it would also be greatly appreciated. Yeah, I guess we just YOLO it. Nothing stands out to me, but maybe I'll get lucky. Oh, a Rashox, but it's hero track. Well, we won't be taking that. Myth legs. Okay. It's pretty solid. Myth boots, but I would lose leech, which I don't really like. I don't want to lose leech. Myth helm with the socket. We already have a myth helm. Ooh, myth crit mastery gloves. Those are excellent. Or a cape. Haste mastery. Again, the cape not super exciting. Honestly, I think we take the gloves. Like, yeah, the legs are slightly higher, but the legs aren't even ideal stats. This would allow me to have like a really ideal stat, and it's more of an upgrade. You know, it's 7 item levels compared to 3 on the pants. We're going to take the gloves. Again, this character will be getting sockets for sure later on. We'll be doing heroic runs constantly, most likely sales, including mount sales, so we're happy with that. 521.69, nice. And we will go ahead and spend our crest before raid most likely, just to polish out any pieces we need to finish. And yeah, affixes for this week going to be Tyrannical Volcanic Sanguine. As far as Tyrannical affixes go, not bad. Volcanic is kind of a non-affix. Sanguine, your tank needs to be a little coordinated, but not too complicated. So an okay week. Also Mop Remix release, so it's been a lot of changes on that. Feel free to go mess around with that. Tons of transmog amounts to collect. We'll be streaming on Twitch, twitch.tv/Veronix, so feel free to come check us out. Probably be doing it pretty much every night this week into the weekend, so I'd love to see you there. But hope you guys had some good vaults, and we'll see you next time. Peace.